ripple over here, but I do see some more over here. Now, those are Nile hippos. A group of Nile hippos, like you see right there, is called the mutton. And they are going to weigh as much as a car weighs. Now, they're also known as the river horse, and that's because they're typically found in water. Now, you can call it a hippo, a hippopotamus, a river horse, whatever floats your boat. Crocodile over here on your left hand side. Now Nile crocodiles are going to be about 16 feet in length. And they are going to weigh around 500 pounds. Alright, now we're going to head out of the Sloppy River and we're going to head on into the savannah, which it is home to more of our famous animals here on the reserve. And there isn't much vegetation either, so we're going to be able to see these animals a lot clearer compared to the other two areas we were just in. My favorite fact about the savannah, kind of like how I said that there is no vegetation, each of these animals are going to have somewhat of a job to help with that. So just like we do at home, we mow our lawn or we trim our trees, each of these animals are going to do that here. So that's why you're not going to see much vegetation, because they're going to be the ones to trim it up. A little animal over here on our right hand side that's kind of by itself. Now I like to say that those animals look like s'mores because of all the colors that they have in their fur, but that is called a springbok, and springbok can go up to 55 miles per hour. But they aren't going to be related to hyenas at all. They're going to be more closely related to dogs. So kind of like your dog at home, they're going to have 4 toes though instead of that 5th toe. And then you can kind of see over here on your left, you will see some brown animals over here. Now those are sable antelopes. Now sable antelope are going to be the emblem of our reserve. And to tell the difference between a male and a female, the male is going to have that darker skin tone compared to the female. And these right here, over on your left, those are wildebeest. Now wildebeest are going to be the second most densely populated animal. And so that means that they're going to travel in herds. So you're never really going to see one travel alone. Now I know that those are Maasai giraffes because of their spots. Their spots are going to be kind of like puzzle-like in a way. And if you can kind of see these long horned animals over there, there's also another one coming up ahead. But those are going to be called Ankole cattle. The Ankole cattle are also known as Watusi cattle from the people who domesticated them. And if you can kind of see their horns are going to be as long as your bench you're sitting on right now. And if you can see over here on your right now, that giraffe sitting down is a baby giraffe. Now giraffes can typically rest up to 30 minutes. That's all they're gonna ever need out of the day. And the rest of the time, they're just trimming up those trees with their prehensile fin that they have. He is actually famous for laying down too. Now giraffes can be about 16 to 20 feet tall. And it looks like we have a giraffe kind of close to our ride path up here. So we're gonna go a little bit slow. I'm not quite sure. I know it was just born though. Here maybe a couple months ago. Now if you can kind of see their tail too. Their tail is about 6 feet in length. Wildebeest over there on your right. And I also like to say that the wildebeest kind of look like the lawnmowers of the savannah, and that's because they typically are going to trim the grass up and kind of graze it to help the grass kind of be a little bit shorter than normal. And they're gonna get that pink light color from what they eat, which is brine shrimp. And that is gonna be a rich source of beta carotene, so that's how they're gonna get that pink light color. But when they're hatched, they're actually gonna come out gray. If you guys can kind of tell, that little island that they're standing on is a hidden Mickey. Over here on your left, you will see some white rhinos here in just a second. Now, white rhinos, if you can kind of see that little mud pit right over there in the center, that's typically what they're going to wallow in to help them cool down. But not only that, it is a sun protectant for them. And it looks like this one is going to get a little bit close to that ride path, so we're going to go a little bit slow again. Now I can kind of tell that these are white rhinos, and I know that because of their horns. If you want to know the difference between a black rhino and a white rhino, the white rhino is going to have that longer horn compared to the black one. Now a group of white rhinos is called a crash. Over there is laying down over there. Now cheetahs can go from 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds. And they also have black around their eyes to help them hunt during the day, so it's kind of like they have their own little built-in sunglasses. And it looks like I do see an ostrich right here. Now an ostrich is going to stand to about 6 to 9 feet tall. And they are going to be the largest bird as well. Now it looks like just up ahead I do see a rock-like structure up here. Now that's called the Kopi, and I know we're getting close to the lion area because of that. And it looks like I do see one right up there on that rock. Now that is a female lion, and I know that because of the mane. The mane is not going to be around its face. Maybe here in just a second, maybe that lion will roar for us. Well, let's hope. Just looks like he's licking his chops right now. But that male up there, he is typically going to be the one to watch over everything, while the female does everything else. But when they do roar, you're gonna hear that from about 5 miles away.